Yo, welcome in everyone. I hope we're good. Today, I'm gonna let chat rank children's TV shows from when they were a kid, or shows they used to watch as a kid. These are very generational shows, featured on multiple TV channels, from Art Attack to Brum, to Mona the Vampire. It's a variety. We have some US ones as well. So yeah, these are the TV shows we've got. We're gonna rank them. Tinky Winky stips his dick stick. Tinky Winky stips his dick stip. Tinky Winky sticks his dipstick in Lala's Poe. So, as you'll see above me, is a polling system. All you need to do is type the numbers 1, 2, 3, or 4, or 5, depending on your vote, or S, A, B, C, or D, and then your vote will be cast. So yeah, let's get right on into it and let's rank some fucking shows. So yeah, first show that we've got is Art Attack. And this was the intro for Art Attack. That was Art Attack. Art Attack basically helped kids make art. It was like primary school to secondary school art, that sort of thing. It'd take on massive art projects. It'd make salt art. Neil Buchanan was amazing. So that's basically what Art Attack did. You gotta show the head. This dude, terrifying.
Oh, I get it. Dead nice. Hello, it's the head here.
One bad. Who's this?
Jacob,
This guy from Barnsley. So that was the head from fucking Art Attack. That head is disturbing. Art Attack, along with a lot of other British TV shows as a kid, looking at it now, is an actual fever dream. Art Attack is S tier. It's agreed. We can't unagree this. This is a democratic voting process. Okay, so next up, I hate this one. The fucking Basil Brush show. So the Basil Brush show was basically a random kids TV show on CBBC, I think it was, about this fucking weird fox puppet, and I can't remember the premise of it basically, but it did different things every episode. Like this show was honestly a fever dream. Basil Brush was not Pog. Basil Brush was less than Pog.
Tom, don't.
I had to interrupt it, absolutely. I feel that. But yeah, I'm guessing it's unanimous. Basil Brush, get in the bin, D tier.
Are you sure about that?
Positive. But next up, we got this big lovable fuck. Top tier theme song, average show. I agree with that, but can we also agree that the ending as well?
Hey, this was really fun.
We hope you liked it too.
Banger.
Seems like we've just begun.
I'd sing this now.
We're through.
If this was released as a full track, I'd have it on repeat, and I'd be singing it now.
Good friends, goodbye.
Anytime I've ever talked about like old school TV shows with friends, we've always said Bear in the Big Blue House was such a good show. B, we'll middle ground it. I think we'll middle ground it. Next up is this absolute fever dream. Bernard's Watch. For anyone in chat, if you don't know what the trash tier would not watch, what? Absolutely feel free to base your opinion based divorce. Oh shit. Yeah, if you don't know what the show is, feel free to base your opinion based on the introduction that we put in. So yeah, Bernard's Watch was basically a kid that found this stopwatch. And he could stop time. And he just could go around, I can't remember what he did exactly, but he'd go around and do like all sorts of shit. And then he'd start time again. Kind of like that Simpsons episode where Milhouse and Bart break their stopwatch. And then they grow really old, but everything's still the same age. Oh, but Bernard's Watch goes to A. I'm sorry, but he does. Okay. Next up is Biker Mice from Mars.
Biker Mice from Mars.
I'm guessing this is going straight to S tier. Like, there's no two ways about that one. I'm just going to take Biker Mice from Mars at face value that we're going on S tier. Okay. Biker Mice from Mars. We've agreed. S tier. Next up is this fucking anthropomorphic car. If you're not from the UK and you don't know what Brum is, imagine it to be Herbie fully loaded. Well, not fully loaded, but Herbie. The fucking Volkswagen Beetle that had its own mind. Except this was for kids, and it taught kids about shit. Brum was so good. Like, way back when, so good. They have the original Brum in a museum near you. Let's fucking go. Alex, I'm coming for a visit, man. I'm gonna visit you. I think we're looking unanimous on S. Okay, Brum goes to S tier. Next up, it's understandable if people haven't heard of this one. I only just used to catch it on fucking Nick Jr. along with fucking Bagpuss and all the other old ones. Like, really old. We're talking Camberwick Green. So yeah, that's Camberwick Green. And then you had Pew Pew, Ballymagroo, Dibbles, Cuthbert. Yeah, you had the fireman. And it came as a 3 set as well. So you had Camberwick Green.
Beans. Cheese.
Spam.
So Camberwick Green made itself to see. Next up, I mean, we don't need any introduction to it. We all know the controversy around it. It's Captain Pugwash. Yeah, dude. So some comedians spread a rumor about the names of the name of the captains, like Roger the cabin boy and Master Bates. But like they weren't right. Like, I don't know how to explain it other than they weren't right. So yeah, Captain Pugwash. The controversy on it is very fake. Like, there was no, like, the names that they came up with was similar. Captain Pugwash, I'm going to have to put as a B tier. Although some of the edits on YouTube are quite funny. I'll admit that. They're pretty fucking hilarious. Captain Pugwash, to B. Next up, if you know, you know. Amazing. Just, Jerry Anderson creates the best shows. Or created the best shows. All the puppet shows were so good. Always in the yeah, I don't know why. Everyone loved Thunderbirds over Captain Scarlet. Couldn't tell you why. Same for Stingray. Stingray was so good as well. But yeah, Captain Scarlet is pretty much like for like with Thunderbirds, except it's Captain Scarlet. Captain Scarlet's Pog. Thunderbirds they're good. They're not bad. They're not Captain Scarlet. And it's unanimous that Captain Scarlet is going to S tier. Okay, next up, Cat Dog. Cat Dog. A cat dog hybrid is all I can really say for that one. There's nothing more I can really say on that. It is what it is. It's a cat dog hybrid. I'm guessing by the same people that did Angry Beavers. But yeah, I have no idea which end it poops from. That's just a mystery in itself. Yeah, Cat Dog goes to B. I mean, I think that's a fair place to put it. Okay, next up, one of my personal favorites. The person that did this intro does not have to go this hard. Now, for those of you that weren't in the know, and weren't in the know of this terrifying stuff, it used to be a restaurant. How scary that is. I'd be... Jesus Christ. But yeah, it used to have its own chain of restaurants, and it's got a 3.7. So yeah, Charlie Chucks, we're gonna be. Next up, another favorite we've already talked about it. It's friggin' Chigley. And there's no real intro for Chigley. So there wasn't an intro for Chigley, but there is an outro. And Chigley also comes under the Camberwick Green universe. But yeah, I absolutely used to love Chigley. Like, no two ways about it. Chigley was a personal favorite. But sadly, it's got to go somewhere. It's gonna D. Okay, next up. And if this does not get S tier, I will riot. Chucklevision was so good. Barry and Paul Chuckle. I actually saw them live twice. And one of them, they did a Doctor Who parody. Oh shit, they were in a song, weren't they?
Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear.
Cocoa Brothers S tier, hands down. No cap. So if anyone puts to me in chat, the bot will reply with to you. Oh no! Help! It stopped. Chucklevision, thankfully, is going to S tier. It's Chucklevision S tier, where it should be. Next up, Clangers. Now, I couldn't really find an intro for the Clangers, the old version of the Clangers. So this is the new intro, Clangers S tier. Because what you're forgetting as well, it wasn't just Clangers. There was Soup Dragon. You and your wife walk around the house speaking in Clanger. Amazing. I love it. So yeah, Clangers, are we putting that in S, A, B, C, or D? Personally, I'm going S. Clangers is coming in as A tier. Let's fucking go. I'd also have to put Clifford at D. What more can I say? It's a giant red dog. It wasn't a very memorable show. Okay. So yeah, Clifford, D tier. Next up though, I think this comes up on every time I discuss old shows again. This always comes up. This woman and her plane and her dog.
So come outside.
Come Outside was basically a show about a woman Aunt Mabel, who rode around the world in her polka dotted, well, not the world, probably the UK, in her polka dotted plane with her dog Pippin, teaching children everywhere about things such as factories and sticky tape and how stuff's made. Come Outside, straight to S tier. Next up, God, this show used to be an absolute fucking fever dream.
Stupid dog! You made me look bad!
Courage the Cowardly Dog. Courage the Cowardly Dog was so good because he was like this little purple dog that couldn't speak. Although he did speak to his computer, but it was like while we're typing frantically on the keyboard. And I think a lot of us can relate to that now because that's also what I do when I'm panicking on the keyboard. I think Courage is going straight to A tier. Okay, next up, this banger. Yeah, this show was like all sorts of fucking weird. Like all sorts of fucked up. Cow and Chicken is gonna take S tier. Next up, Omelette du Fromage is all I will say about this. Votes go to S. Next up, Dick and Dom in the Bungalow. I remember waking up on like Saturday morning because that's the only time it'd be on. Fucking loved it. Sat there 2 hours straight and just watched it. I watched the fuck out of that show. I was a kid and I found it quite funny. Especially when they did Bogies. Bogies was pretty funny. Like they'd be in a fucking library or an art gallery and they'd just be yelling Bogies and the person that could yell the loudest won. As much as I used to watch it every Saturday, I couldn't watch it today. That's the thing. I loved it, would not watch it today. I can see it's going to D anyway. Dick and Dom goes to D. Next up, we should all know this one anyway. We should all know where to put it. It was a good show, but there were too many filler episodes. I feel that. Didn't it take them like 9 fucking hours to kill Frieza on Namek? I'm pretty sure that it did. I agree with the too many filler episodes. Pretty sure it took them 9 hours to kill Frieza on Namek. Hang on. How many episodes did it take for Goku to beat Frieza? 19 episodes. 19 episodes to kill a fucking alien. You underestimate me, Freezy Puff. I really am Super Saiyan Saiyan. But I enjoyed it. That's the thing. So I'd have to put it at A. Dragon Ball Z. It goes to 80th. Next up, these 3 idiots looking for a jawbreaker. It was the ending. The ending of that song truly made Ed, Edd and Eddy. Rolf, I feel, brought that show together. You dare mock the son of a shepherd? That were a bad impression. I know. I apologize. Ed, Ed, and Eddie is gonna go to A. Okay, next up. It looks like Fireman Sam's gonna take A anyway. So I'm fine with that. The introduction bangs. It is what it is. Just a fireman doing fireman things, putting out fires, being active in his community. I appreciate Fireman Sam for doing his job. I would like to thank Fireman Sam for doing his job. Have you ever seen Arson Sam? No, I've seen Arsenic Aaron. Next up, Yabba Dabba Doo. Flintstone. Not only was it a cartoon, it was a really good cartoon. Even the movies were really good. And you know what they got to do the theme tune for the movies? The guys that did Love Shack and Rock Lobster. Flintstones easy S tier.
And the masters of the universe.
I'd have to say it was up there, but it wasn't all the way up there. For me, it's an A. Because what also ruined it for me, as well as the adverts, you'll all fucking know. This ruined it for me. We're forgetting that this meme was spawned. Also, I'm pretty sure He-Man had a movie. Wasn't it Dolph Ziggler? Nope, not that one. Dolph Lundgren. That's the one. Dolph Lundgren. Look through voted S. Oh, let's go. Next up. I'm sorry, are we all forgetting this banger? This Adam Ant inspired one. Dude, I jammed to some of those songs. I vibe with them. I do have a terrible taste in music though. It's bad history? What do you mean it's bad history? I love horrible histories. What do you mean bad history? What? It means it wasn't good. Okay, next up. We have this little number.
I am Weasel.
I am Weasel. How are you gonna sit there and say S tier for fucking cow and chicken, but A for fucking I am Weasel? That is IR Baboon. Cactus is the same thing. I mean, I don't remember it as fondly as Cow and Chicken. Still remember it though, so I'd go with B. I Am Weasel goes to B. Next up though, Jimbo's No Trombo. Now, as good as the intro is, and as good as that fucking film was, dude, the film though, I completely forgot Jimmy Neutron had a film. And then there was the Timmy Turner the Fairly Odd Parents crossover episode. But as good as it was, the only thing that makes Jimmy Neutron nowadays are the memes. Back in the day it was enjoyable, but the only thing that makes it nowadays are the memes. Like fucking Carl Weezer singing all these songs. So I mean, yeah, C for croissant. I'm gonna have to say it. So yeah, Jimmy Neutron, I have to put as C myself. It was good, but it wasn't that great. Besides, Camberwick Green needs a friend. So yeah, with that, Jimmy Neutron moves to C. Next up is Mona the Vampire. It's solid tune. Yeah, not the best show. But yeah, Mona the Vampire, I can't put it at S. I have to agree with Alex. It's good. The theme tune is solid. It's not the best though. There were better shows on CBBC or whatever else it's been on. But yeah, so Mona the Vampire, it's gonna be at C. It was good, wasn't the best. The theme tune carried it, honestly. Next up, this little blob of Play-Doh. Nah, man, Morph was good. He was a bit annoying, but he was good. You could not understand a fucking word they were saying, but it was still funny. I don't know how. It was still funny, though. So for Morph, for me, I'd have to say it's a B. So that was Morph. I loved Morph as a kid. Who's putting Mr. Ben at B? How? This man went on adventures. Mr. Ben? So basically, it's about this guy that goes into like a Turkish clothing store. Because the dude behind the counter is like always wearing a fez or something. And it'd be like, oh, I want to do this today. And the man behind the counter would be like, yeah, no problem, we've got the costume for you. So you could change into that costume, like in this one, he changes into like a pith helmet and safari gear. And then he'd go into like the changing room, get changed, and come out the other end in a fucking safari. It was insane as a kid. I used to go in changing rooms thinking, God damn, if I wore this, I'd go out the other side and I'd be in fucking space. It didn't work, but you know. And like he'd go underwater, he'd be a clown, he'd do everything. Mr. Ben goes to S tier. No two ways. The next TV show, My Parents Are Aliens. So yeah, My Parents Are Aliens. If you didn't know about this show, This was a show that was like an after-school show, or you just get in from school and you just catch the beginning of it. Basically about these aliens that come down to Earth, they adopt these kids, and then they go on all these weird adventures. And the aliens can morph into things, and it's weird as fuck. And it was an honest night. It was on an honest fever dream. So yeah, My Parents Are Aliens. My Parents Are Aliens is going to A. Okay, next up, not the new Noddy.
Noddy.
So the old school Noddy. Now I remember when this game was on the PlayStation 1, and it was so frustrating. It was a frustrating game, but I enjoyed every second of it. It looks like it's going to be a C for Noddy, so we're not making way for Noddy. Next up, everyone's favorite bear, who loves his marmalade sandwiches, despite what people might think, it's marmalade, not Marmite. The Paddington Bear film. Yeah, I've seen the Paddington film. It's actually pretty good. I'd say B. Looks like Paddington Bear's gonna go to B. Next up, we're gonna newt. 10 newts. Yeah, Pingu S tier for his toxicity. Pingu definitely S tier for his toxicity. It was so funny. Pingu looks like it's gonna go to S tier anyway. Next up, this one had a black and white cat or something. Postman Pat.
Postman Pat, Postman Pat.
This is the earliest intro I could find. Whoever did the theme tune to Postman Pat kinda went a little bit hard on it. Well, I can't explain it, but I used to have that specific Royal Mail van as a toy. Postman Pat takes it to A. Let's go. Next up. Mojo Jojo used to be the best professor. Yeah, I think it was the Chemical X again. Dude, Powerpuff Girls slapped. Let's be real. Gangrene Gang for life. I'd have to go with the fucking S tier on Powerpuff Girls. Powerpuff Girls to S tier. Next up. I mean, yeah, it went to S tier, so it's good S tier. Next up, Zippy, Bungle, and George. Rainbow. S tier. No, hands down. Just for the Top Gear parody, definitely. But also Rainbow because Matt Berry. Rainbow's made S tier. Let's go. Okay, next up. Where do you remember watching up to? So yeah, Roly Poly Oly. That goes to S. Next up, Rosie and Jim.
Jim! Rosie!
Yeah, B for me. I enjoyed Rosie and Jim as a kid. It's just creep as an adult. Like, it just creeps me out a little bit. Rosie and Jim take B. Let's go. Oh, next up, we have a banger. We have an absolutely banging show. Scooby-Doo, Where Are You? Definitely is S tier. Like, this was the original voice. This was Casey Kasem.
Scooby-Dooby-Doo, where are you?
Yeah. Where Scooby-Doo, Where Are You? What was the Scooby-Doo, right, where they had, like, celebrity appearances or, like, somewhat famous appearances? Yeah, what was the old Scooby-Doo where, like, they had Batman helping them and stuff like that? Because I know there was the Scooby-Doo at the Olympic Games. That was a full Hanna-Barbera one. So, like, all the Hanna-Barbera characters, like Wacky Races and shit like that, like, played the Olympics. But, yeah. There was a Scooby-Doo where it was, fuck, what else did they have? They had Batman and Robin. So they had the actual Adam West on it. Yeah, that was a ton. I mean, it's obvious that Scooby-Doo is going to take ass. Next up. Smurfs. Dude, I'm going to put Smurfs to S. I think Smurfs is taking ass. Smurfs takes ass. Now, next up, if you're not familiar with Jerry Anderson, he used to do all the old puppet shows. Like Thunderbirds. I'm not sure if it was big in the US or anywhere else, but it was definitely big in the UK. And he did one called Stingray, and this is Stingray. Stingray, he takes S tier along with his predecessor, fucking Captain Scarlet. Next up, everyone loves them. They've got TVs in the bellies. It's Teletubbies. They are quite annoying. Looking back on it, I was relatively annoyed as a child. Teletubbies goes to D. Next up, Thomas the Tank Engine. The original Thomas the Tank Engine. Now for me, Thomas the Tank Engine would come under A. Fat Controller. Haha, you're wrong, laughed the Fat Controller. Also, the Biggie Smalls remix of this actually smacks. No cap. Best Skyrim mod ever? Absolutely. Sarah knows. But yeah, the Biggie Smalls.
Brainstorm to make your motherfucking brain warm. A strange form, something kind of lyrical. Biggie the bastard, so that's kind of spiritual. Well,
Thomas the Tank Engine takes A, which I feel is more than fitting. Because it was good. Oh, it was good, but the Fat Controller made it. Next up is the final Jerry Anderson one. It's Thunderbirds.
Thunderbirds are go.
All I can think now when I look at puppets like that is Team America. That's the problem. You had all the Thunderbirds toys. Dude, same. I had the Tracy Island playset. That thing was pog. These intros make me think of the OG Godzilla movies. Like, in today's age, they are cheesy, but back then, it was like groundbreaking. Thunderbirds takes S tier on that one. Jerry Anderson made some absolute bangers, like, that are still widely talked about and recreated to this day, even if it is only Thunderbirds. Okay, next up, Tots TV. Now, if you're not familiar with Tots TV, it's three people living in this house, and they have this little fucking weird dog, and that dog used to creep me the fuck out. Yeah, so this intro, Finding Innocent, right? Yeah, nice, cool. Just wait for it to turn into a demented hellscape. Oh, they had a donkey though. They had a donkey. That's the fucking dog. That's not even. That's a rat. Sadly, they're going to see. Okay, next up, and I've talked about this earlier in the stream. So this belongs to its own little universe called Camberwick Green. This is Trumpton. But yeah, this is Trumpton, and it is kind of like in its own universe. I don't know how universal this one was. I'm not sure if it was universal. Tweenies. But yeah, it's the last one on the list. I know where it's going already. It's gonna go to D. But I'm pretty happy with where everything is, and we'll run through it. Tweenies, the last one is D tier. It's crap. So, with that being said, these are the final results. So, in S tier, we have Art Attack, Biker Mice from Mars, Brum, Captain Scarlet, Chucklevision, Come Outside, Cow and Chicken, Dexter's Lab, The Flintstones, He-Man and the Masters of the Universe, Mr. Ben, Pingu, Powerpuff Girls, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, Rainbow, Roly Poly Oly, Scooby-Doo Where Are You, The Smurfs, Stingray, and Thunderbirds. In A tier, we have Bernard's Watch, Clangers, Courage the Cowardly Dog, Dragon Ball Z, Ed, Edd and Eddy, Fireman Sam, My Parents Are Aliens, Postman Pat, and Thomas the Tank Engine. B, we have Bear in the Big Blue House, Captain Pugwash, Cat Dog, Charlie Chalk, I Am Weasel, Morph, Paddington Bear, and Rosie and Jim. In C, Camberwick Green, Jimmy Neutron, Mona the Vampire, Noddy, and Tots TV. And in D tier, we have the Basil Brush Show, because fuck that fox. That fox is fucking annoying. Chigley, Clifford the Big Red Dog, Dick and Dom in the Bungalow, Horrible Histories, Teletubbies, Trumpton, and Tweenies. Now, I feel like that's a good tier list, and I feel like we've made good on it. Catch you all later. Have a good night. Stay toasty, and I appreciate you all.